Welcome to Pen Positive. This is Vinod Narayan. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a few weeks since I made a video, and the reason was there was nothing much that I had to, there was no topic for me to talk about. And also, I'd started a different project and I was busy with that. I started doing podcast on a daily basis, more like journaling. So every day, as part of Pen Positive Outclass podcast, I would, after leaving office, either after reaching home or in the car, in the parking lot, I would record a short episode, 5 minutes to 10 minutes. So every day I would have read something or heard something, had some idea that crossed my mind. So I'll take that and I'll talk about it. And with that, I will share what happened that day on a personal level, how that day went and all. And the idea was that I spent some time to retrospect, to introspect on what I did. We used to have this concept of diaries, right? You write on a daily basis, you say, Dear Diary. On daily basis, or whenever you want to talk to someone, talk to yourself, and you have to be very open, and you can write something that, being very vulnerable, you use the diary. Journaling is something that people have found to be very useful. And if you search on YouTube or Google, you'll find a lot of methods on how you can use journaling. I've done daily writing for 365 days, but it was never in a journal or a diary mode. It was not retrospective or introspective. It was more of I take a topic and write about it. But this podcast episode, what I do is more on a personal level. My idea is that I look at how my day was and what thoughts really resonated with me that day. And I think that if I do that, it would probably help me in my future. Such thoughts I'll not forget and I'll keep remembering about it. So that was the idea. For example, to give you an idea, and this is something that I made an episode a few days back, and I think it's a very relevant topic and I want to share it over here in the video. A few years back, I went to Home Depot to buy something. So it was some plumbing need at home, and I'm very bad at these things. I don't know how to do it. I'm not a handy person. So I was already reaching Home Depot. I was feeling bad. I was feeling incapable of doing certain things because I don't even know what I have to replace. I know something has to be replaced. And I go into the shop without knowing what I want and trying to explain to people what it looks like and hoping that the person would be able to help me. I go to a salesperson who's an elderly gentleman, probably in his 70s. And I tell him, I try to explain this, that, but he finds it difficult to understand and I'm not able to articulate. I don't have any way. So he says, the best thing is that why don't you go to the internet, go to Home Depot's website and then find what you have and then I'll be able to help you. I said, okay. And then he says, so you know how to use internet, you can go into your phone and I can. And that, I got so angry. I felt so insulted that I was being asked. I'm already at a position where I'm feeling that I'm incapable of doing the plumbing work. And now there is this person who's asking me if I know how to use the internet. And I got angry. I said, what do you mean? What do you mean I don't know to use internet? And I just stomped. My daughter was there. And then my daughter, on the way we were driving back, my daughter asked, what happened? Why did you get angry? And that's when I realized that I got angry, that I spoke in that way. Immediately I turned my car, went back to Home Depot. I tried to looking for that person, but the person had gone for his break, maybe, was not there. I didn't know the name. I just said elderly man. I couldn't find him. So I returned back. I think once in every few months, this thought comes to me and I feel bad. My daughter told me that as we were walking out of the Home Depot, she looked at the elderly man who was talking to another person working in Home Depot and said, I don't know why he got angry. I was just trying to help him. And that's when I realized that what the person was trying to do was to genuinely help me. That person genuinely thought, if I don't know how to use the internet, he could help me. Now, he is in his 70s, probably even late 70s. And he has probably seen a lot of people come to him or in his life who did not know how to use internet. So he might be one of the person who grew up when the internet was not there and then found it difficult to learn it. And then now he knows how to use it. He wants to make sure he's able to help someone. There's no excuse that I can give for my attitude, my actions to be abusive. The reason I made that podcast and the reason I am making this video is so that I can tell people, without our knowledge, we sometimes become so inconsiderate. Without we knowing, we become very abusive. And when we think that we can correct it, the time is gone, we can't. So I know even 10 years from now, 15 years from now, this painful incident will come back and haunt me. I just want to let you know that we all have no reason through our words or actions to be abusive. And I think I've been abusive online as well. Because online, the whole thing is, the online culture is such that it rewards abusive behavior. But sometimes that becomes part of our being, and we react that way in real life as well. I'm just making this video so we are all aware and more considerate about how we interact with people. As human beings, we think this is the right way to say, this is the right way to act, where we never take that time patiently to look at what the other person might be thinking. If you want to listen to the Pen Positive Outclass podcast on a daily basis, go to Spotify, go to Apple Podcasts, go to any of the podcasting platforms and search for Pen Positive Outclass. I do it daily. This was one of the topic. Then I had a topic where I was asking myself if I'm teaching my kids the right thing. There was a topic where I was talking about, I was questioning, I was delving into the question whether I'm a liberal or a conservative. There was once one episode in which I was talking about being human in the age of AI. And all these are not new thoughts. All these are based on what I consume on a daily basis. Because I listen to podcasts that are on psychology, philosophy, AI, spirituality, and everything. Personal stories. So when I listen to other podcasts, there are ideas that get stuck in my mind. There are new ideas that come to my mind. And Pen Positive Outclass is a place where I share that. I did think if I should make a video of each of these podcast episodes and post it, but that's going to be too much of work. Maybe sometimes like this, I'll come and I'll share one of the topics that I have in my podcast. As I think even today, there are more videos have more reach than podcasts. But so once in a while, I'll definitely come to Pen Positive YouTube channel and share one of the thoughts that came to my mind during my podcasting episodes. You guys take care. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe. Thank you.